I'm back, and I'm going to be telling you my top 3 grapplers in the UFC. Now, I can't tell you my top 3 strikers because I don't feel qualified, but I do feel qualified to tell you the top 3 grapplers because I won the expert division as a beginner. Like, I know what it takes to win as a grappler, and it's not just like I'm a one-trick pony. I have all these in the last, I think I won all these in the last year. Like, okay. It's a lot. When it comes down to the UFC, here's what people need to realize about grappling, right? A lot of people hear the word grappling, they think jiu-jitsu. So everyone's going to go, ooh, Charles Oliveira. No. Pause. Time out. Shaq, time out. You know, when it comes to grappling in the UFC, you need to be able to dominate on top. So top position matters. You can't just like beat Paul Craig and, you know, throw up a random triangle once in a while and get a sub. No, grappling for me is it's dominating and winning, right? That makes you the best grappler. So, sorry, Charles Oliveira, you are not in this conversation because, you know, Arman Tsarukyan's holding you down. Even though I think Charles won that fight. So, no Charles Oliveira hate here. Love the guy. But I think you need to be dominating from top position, and the fact that he couldn't sub Michael Chandler kind of, he's an honorable mention because duh, you know, it's Charles Oliveira, most subs in UFC history. But for my number 3, this is, everyone's going to go, no way you're saying this. Come on. Tatsuro Taira. Tatsuro Taira, my guy. I love Tatsuro Taira. I think he's a future champion. I think he could, if he has better cardio, he beats Pantoja. And that's crazy for a lot of people, but that's just how I feel. And Pantoja is my favorite fighter in the division right now because, you know, I think Pantoja gets 2 more title defenses. He is better all time than Demetrius Johnson, if he isn't already now. Like, I hold him up there. Tatsuro Taira would beat him. You give him some good cardio and a little bit better striking, Tatsuro Taira. But point being of giving him the top 3 grappler, here is what I think. Tatsuro Taira has great wrestling, amazing wrestling. He gets to your back like this. And now let's watch what he did to Alex Perez here. And Tatsuro Taira, he's on the back, and if you're able to blow out someone's knee from their back, that's way cooler to me than a heel hook. That's way cooler to me than a knee bar. That is awesome. And I've actually tried that myself. I've gotten to a lot of standing body triangles, and I actually know how to do that now after learning from Tatsuro Taira. Dude, Tatsuro Taira is so underrated now after losing to Brandon Royval. Brandon Royval is really good, but Tatsuro Taira was very close to winning that fight, and I think Tatsuro Taira, he comes back stronger against Amir Albazi. I think he's going to destroy Amir Albazi. He's going to win dominant. But he's my number 3 pick. I think Tatsuro Taira, his well-rounded, his wrestling is amazing, but his jiu-jitsu specifically, right? Grappling has different elements. There's judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I mean, that makes you well-rounded in grappling. And Tatsuro Taira, specifically his jiu-jitsu and his control in jiu-jitsu, is what's giving me this 3rd pick for him. He's my number 3 top grapplers in the UFC. Now for my number 2. This is another, everyone's going to be like, he should be number 1, or a lot of people are going to say he shouldn't even be on the list at all. He is one of my favorite fighters, of course. He is, honestly, I think he is my favorite fighter. Islam Makhachev. Islam is, his grappling is, it's so hard to say this because a lot of people with him going into the Moicano fight, Lucas Tracy, I think, said this, or Bedtime, one of them, said Arman's going to have better grappling because Islam's has recessed. And we saw that was not true against Renato Moicano. He took him down with I think he got a single leg, and he threw his arm over to throw him off balance and get him on the ground. That was impressive to me, but not what happened next. What happened next was the most impressive part of it, because I do the same thing. So I've been darsing for a long time now. It's obviously my favorite submission. I love darsing people. I put people to sleep with it in tournaments. And watching Islam in this fight made me realize, like, oh, like, he's going to go to 170 and win the belt. Like, that's how high level his grappling is. Now, let me get into that. So when he took down Moicano, right? Moicano even said, it's like he let him get up almost. Like, he didn't try to hold him down. What he meant by that is he let Moicano get to his turtle position. He let Moicano give up his neck. He let Moicano get on his hands and knees. And this opening's right there. I do that constantly, where you're in such control that you let them think they're getting up and they give up their neck, it's over. And the second he got that position, he didn't even lock in the choke. The second that he got Moicano to a hands and knees position, I knew it was over. And I'm telling everyone at the restaurant, I'm like, dude, that's it. It's wraps. They're like, no, he's black belt. It's wraps. Like, so it's a lot different from Tatsuro Taira, where Tatsuro Taira has such great control, and for a 125er, like, I just feel like his technique is just so perfect in the jiu-jitsu aspect. Meanwhile, in the wrestling and other part of the grappling aspect for Islam, his strength, his brute strength of just, you can go anywhere, but he's just always controlling you. Like, he's not holding you down inside control for a whole round. He's letting you move where he wants you to move. And it's a whole different style of grappling that is just as effective, if not more, in MMA. Islam Makhachev is my number 2. How can you not put him there? Now, everyone's going to be up in arms about this one. Yes, I think Islam is the best fighter in the UFC. Duh. I mean, how can you not? But the best grappler in the UFC, in my opinion, right now, is Khamzat Chimaev. And everyone's going to be like, whoa. You're saying Khamzat has better grappling than Islam. Yes, I am. And this is crazy because, like, Vince, I trained at AKA. Yeah, I should be, being like, well, Islam's the best, obviously. Khabib's the best, obviously. And this is a current ranking, so Khabib doesn't count. Although I do think Islam is a better grappler than Khabib, but, well, a lot of people are going to disagree on that too. But with Khamzat's wrestling, and definitely, Khamzat is in an easier division, right? I think Khamzat's going to destroy DDP easily. I think I'm going to be there in Chicago. Of course, I live in Chicago, so I'm going to be there. With Khamzat, he takes down everyone at such a high rate and such an easily, and honestly, people that don't grapple aren't going to realize it. And a lot of people that do grapple are still going to not realize it, but I do, because me and him have the same sort of technique. Like, I will blitz people, and people are going to go, well, he's going to get tired against DDP. That's not true, because when you have the right technique, you won't get tired. And we saw that with him against Robert Whittaker. He did not look tired at all. We saw that against one of his fights. I forgot who it was. It was some, like, mid-white guy. I'm saying mid, not looks-wise, but, like, fighting-wise, he wasn't the best. And Khamzat got to the second round with him, and I think the other guy scored, like, 1 strike. And Khamzat just destroyed him for the whole round, and he was smiling. I mean, he's not tired at all. Same thing with Robert Whittaker. He wasn't tired. He took him down, and the key to that is staying under the arms, right? Now, let's say someone's on my back, or I'm on someone's back. This is something that Tatsuro Taira is very good at. When you're on someone's back, if you don't have the body triangle in, get the body triangle in. But let's say you can't. They're very aware of not letting you get the legs in. You need to stay under their arms, because if you're over their arms, they can turn into you, and it's over. Like, you don't have the back anymore. But I watched these fights with Khamzat. He's on the back. He's got this wrapped around their chest, under their arms. And if this breaks, he'll instantly just stay under their arms, like a backpack. Khamzat, he's so effective. And of course, it's not just the control. The guy is a submission ace. This guy's submitting everyone. I mean, and what's crazy about it is it's just like me. We get the same kinds of chokes in tournaments, in my tournaments, his fights. I'm getting those darces, and I learned all of this from him. I studied his game and I applied it to myself. Khamzat, the way that he's able to control is insane. And then he does the same thing as Islam, where He'll let you think that you're getting somewhere, and he'll just throw in that Darce, right? You can't do anything against it. What are you going to do? Now, I suggest he does not do that against DDP. I would rather him go the control route, which I think he will, and get the back and get that rear naked choke. Point being, though, Khamzat has to be number one on this list because he's submitting everyone in the first round. And even if it's not the first round, he's winning his fights handily, especially recently. You know, he's getting a 10-8 against Kamaru Usman. I watched that live. I lost my mind. I was losing it because I picked Khamzat in that fight, but seeing him just get the takedown, get on the back, get the body triangle, he's still getting takedowns even with a broken hand. You have to make him, he's number one. Like, his technique is so pure that, and what I love about him is this. Islam, he uses a lot of judo too, and he's great at it. But he's getting a lot of overhooks and the tie clinch, right? Khamzat is not. Khamzat's doing what I do, where you go for a leg and you just instantly connect to the body, you pick them up and you bring them down. Or you instantly connect to the body. He gets those underhooks and he gets to the legs and goes straight up to the body lock. That's what you need to control someone like the way Khamzat does. And he does it perfectly. I mean, you look at the way he's just destroying everyone. People told me ahead of the Whitaker fight, Whitaker's going to take him to deep water. He's going to kill him. What happened? So Khamzat is my number one grappler in the UFC. Obviously, Islam is great. Obviously, Tatsuro Taira, great. But they're all different in terms of grappling. And I hate it when I hear people go, oh, well, they're all just grapplers. I don't care about them. There are different facets to grappling. Grappling is, it's like a Venn diagram. Grappling's up here, and there's different parts. There's the judo, the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, the control, the submissions. And all three of these guys have that. All three of these guys have the control, the submissions, the wrestling. There's no part where they're all lacking, right? Charles Oliveira, his submissions are amazing, but his control wrestling part isn't the best. And it, you know what? It's great, but he doesn't use it as much as I think he should. I would very much love it if he went for a striking. Like his last fight against Michael Chandler, if he fought like that more often, he would be on the list. But with his fight against Arman, where he's just chilling in full guard, you can't put that in the top three dominant grapplers. So Tatsuro Taira, Islam Makhachev, and Khamzat Chimaev, those are my top three grapplers in the UFC. Comment who your top three are. I want to hear what you guys think from other perspectives, because maybe you guys will tell me something I didn't even think of. Maybe there's one fighter I just didn't even think of. Maybe Peyton Talbot is the best grappler in the UFC. We just don't know. We don't know about that yet.